Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Dark is yours truly. The number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. We got another one. Family, we need to do better now. Part 14. Yes, part 14. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. And let's get this. Let's do this. Come and join real conversation with the number one grind. Us as the righteous ones individually, let's make a change within ourselves and genuine being there for each other. We all we got. Yup, yup, yup. Yup, yup, yup. We all we got. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit y'all with this intro and we'll be right back.
But y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit. Check this out. Perfect. Champion, the way of the warrior. Champion eyes. Get back up. My spirit cries.
But you're a well-rounded warrior. You keep on fighting. That's what I am. Well-rounded warrior.
I say for me, I've been passed over with my family, my fans, so-called family, some so-called family members, some friends, and etc. Pass over me. They feel that I'm not even there, and I used to accept it as I'm gonna prove something to you. Nah, that I have to understand when I get older is what I am. And I have to understand that when I'm moving of a certain space of my life to strive to do better, not that many people is going to understand your vision. Not many people is refused to understand the growth of your vision, of your self-vision. The growth of your vision help some.
You ain't lying.
I'm back. Again, welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the underrated one, better known, also, the number one grinder. Yeah, we got a good one for y'all. I'm trying to wait around see who's coming in and stuff. So let me get this up. See, we got quite a few too. Definitely, we got quite a few. So we're gonna do like I said, we're gonna salute to you, brother Alonzo Hall. Salute to you. Salute to you. Yesterday, the Eagles and Kansas City. James Cowles, thanks for coming. Peace to you and your family. The Eagles and Kansas City had prevailed, so they're gonna meet at the Super Bowl February the 12th. No, I really don't care who will win and everything. Cause I'm a New Yorker, so James Cowles know, the Jets. Not in the well, the Jets wasn't in the play. They was very close. The Giants was in the playoffs. What's up, sister Quee? Jets and Giants and Bills in the playoffs. So I really don't care who win. Really, this Super Bowl. But I was pulled for the Bengals and stuff. Like again, the brother, he tried to make a tackle and he tackled him out of balance, and Khadija, how you feel? I haven't seen you in a while. Y'all folding up in this piece. So let me get this going here. Let me switch up here. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. I want you to go support this channel, Khadija Reeves and Sister Quee and James Cass. So support them. Go support them, please. Let's get this going. This is a clip. Now, I might have a panel discussion. I might not. I don't know. It depends. It really depends. So I got quite a few clips to show y'all. So bear with me. I got quite a few. Trust me. So whatever after you look at it, put your comments in there. Want to see your input. Here goes the first one. It's 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Be back.
They ain't gonna teach about it either. That's why it's up to us. So I'm gonna tell y'all about Henry Boyd. And I need y'all to push this video like y'all did the last video, even though they still trying to suppress the last video. It's up to us to get their stories out, okay? So this is Henry Boyd. And Henry Boyd was born into slavery in 1802 until he was 18 years old, and he was apprenticed out to a cabinet maker in Kentucky. Boyd was so talented at making cabinets, he was able to use his skills to gain his freedom. At the age of 24, he moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, which was a free state, but it bordered Kentucky, and they were not as welcoming to African Americans. So it was really hard for him to find a job. And anytime a white employee would hire him, they would end up backing down because their white employees would threaten to quit. So eventually, he found a job working at a store as a janitor. And one day, while he was working, a white man came in drunk as hell, falling all over the place. So Boyd wanted to protect his employer, and so he built something. Boyd invented the countertops at the store to create space between his employer and his customers. That way, if they came into the store all drunk, they had something to lean on. This is a replica of one of Henry Boyd's countertop designs. And this is what they look like today. So the next time you walk into a gas station or a grocery store and you lean on that countertop, I want you to think about Henry Boyd. Well, Henry didn't stop there. His employer was so grateful for the new countertops that he allowed Henry to start being contracted out to different carpenters, where he earned enough money to buy his brother and his sister's freedom. He also earned enough money to build his own workshop, which he grew to 4 different locations. And at one of those workshops, he invented something else. Now, at these workshops, Boyd assembled bed frames, but he decided to design his own bed frames, and then he invented bed rails. Now, his bed rails made the beds more sturdy, and his bed frames made the mattresses fit more snug. It was said that he had the most beautiful designs all around. Now, his white counterparts, who were competitors in the bed frame industry, loved his design so much they started copying them because they knew that Boyd could not get a patent, because at that time, African Americans were not citizens and could not get their own patent. So Boyd went into business with his white employer, who ended up getting the patent for him. His employer even advertised that the bed rails were made by Boyd. Well, that made his white competitors mad because they kept burning down his workshops, and eventually he became too high risk for insurance companies and Boyd had to retire. After he retired, he became very active as a conductor on the Underground Railroad, and he built a room that could house 5 slaves. He became so popular that people thought his house was the first stop on the Underground Railroad instead of Levi Coffin. In 1832, Boyd paid to post in the paper that he believed that the cholera outbreak was waterborne, but they didn't want to believe him because he was black, and more than 55,000 people died from a
Now, you know what? I decide. Anybody wants to come up, let me know. Matter of fact, I usually don't do this. I will get back today in the future again. So I usually don't. I usually don't do this, but I usually have like tell y'all if y'all want to get on, send it through email. Get my email and you'll find out and stuff like that. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna post it in the chat. So I'll post this in the chat. So anybody that wants to get on the panel, you can. And I'm taking the chance. I'm letting you know right now, I'm taking the chance. Usually I used to do it, but I stopped doing it because crazy stays used to pop up, But anybody that wants to get on, here goes the link right there. And we're gonna get, Sister Quee. Don't surprise me either. Yup. A lot of stuff, yeah. So what we gonna do, we're gonna hit y'all with this. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Hit y'all with this. This is 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Anybody wants to get on the panel, feel free. Be back. 3 minutes and 53 seconds. I'll be back.
Can somebody, for the love of God, please help me make this make sense? You have an elderly and disabled individual who has waited 2 years with no income, waiting for their disability approval. It is finally approved. They get a whole whopping $900 to live off of each month. Okay? They were approved for a HUD housing voucher to assist in housing costs. Due to inflation and rent increases, a lot of people can't afford it. So we apply at an apartment complex that accepts housing vouchers, but we're denied because this individual does not have 12 months of on-time payments or 12 months of credit history. Well, they didn't have income for the last 2 years, so they didn't have money. They're disabled. How are they supposed to have a history if they didn't have income? They're approved for a HUD voucher. Why can't they be approved for your HUD housing? Make that make sense, right? But even better, I find an apartment that is $475 a month. Not the nicest, not the best neighborhood, but it's doable. It's doable. It's going to take half of her income, but it's doable. Guess what? Can't get approved for that either, because you need 3 times the rent. So in the meantime, where does this individual go? They're disabled with severe health needs. They can't go to the homeless shelter because that is a liability. Where do they go? Oh, a nursing home? There's no availability in the States. All beds are taken. Where do they go? Yet nobody wants to talk about it. We're just going to ignore it. Nobody's going to talk about the inflation and the greed. Y'all thought we had a homeless problem before all of this? Oh, honey. Hold on tight and buckle up, because 2023, you're going to see a homeless crisis like no other. We have all these politicians playing politics. Y'all are over there worried about what women can wear a damn cardigan or what they can't wear at the state house, when you should be worrying about the crisis that is going on in your country. This isn't homelessness that is because of mental illness or addiction. This is homelessness for people's grandparents, for our elders, for people who have no choice. These are people on Social Security, disability, and they cannot find housing or afford housing or qualify for housing. And where the hell do they go?
Good question, right? But also, let me say this: even the ones that are younger than that are on Social Security disability, they fall in the same bracket too. We can't leave them out. And rightfully, what she said is true, but we cannot leave them out either, especially in our community. There's people of my age group, even some younger, can't find housing, cannot find nothing. And then what's so sad about it, even if you live by yourself, that's worse. That's worse. I'll probably talk about that in the near future more. But we're gonna keep it going. Let me see, is something I wanna all right, this is 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Be back.
Y'all know y'all know I'm gonna talk about this shit, right? I just posted a video. Now we always be talking about the white girls, blackfishing and shit, and some of the Asian women. We talk about that too, and the Asian women and the white women that ain't with that shit, they call out their own. So I have seen that. So I have to acknowledge that. All right. But can we talk about these white men and Asian men blackfishing? Can we talk about that shit? Because I'm starting to see it more and more. Now, what do I mean by this? Because we know that when it comes to barbering, black men, they're stellar and epic when it comes to that. That's been their signature. Nobody can do it like them. Nobody can't wear it like them. And the whole world knows that. Okay. Now for me, kind of be hard to blackfish me, because I like mine's caramel all the way into the abyss of midnight brown. So it'd be hard to kind of blackfish me. But for y'all in my community that light complected, you know what I'm saying, you're unbiased when it comes to complexion, there's a possibility that your ass could be blackfished. What I don't understand is they want to a la carte their solidarity with us. They want to a la carte, the aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? Black women's features are praised as long as they're not on black women. I was in Little Tokyo about a week or two ago. I don't know what I was looking at. Everywhere I look, I saw braids and afros. There's one particular Asian dude. He was with his mom, dad, sister. Looked like they were twins. He had a straight afro. I mean, like afro standing to the sun and shit. But his other family members had bone straight hair. So I mosey my ass right on over there and asked him. I said, what's up with that? He said, oh yeah, that's my barber using our ebonics and shit, lingo. The parents looking at him and rolling their eyes up in their head. I said, no, I'm talking about the texture. And he didn't know what to say. I shook my head and walked off. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all want our rhythm, but you don't want our fucking blues. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what y'all do. Y'all will never replace us with yourselves. I just want to know how y'all feel.
See that, y'all? Salute to I forgot to tell you. Salute to my underrated one family. Salute to my LDBC fam, stands for Lions Den Boxing Committee, also Basketball Committee, and also shout out to hashtag TWT family. Welcome. Yeah, make some valid points, and we need to think on it. We need to think on that. Now we got quite a few going. I'm trying to find. Okay, here go one. 3:03, 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Be back.
This video is a great example as to why you can't tell your testimony to everybody.
That video right there was the perfect example of why women are not called to be preachers. You can't find one Bible verse where a woman was a pastor. You can find a Bible verse where a woman was a judge. You can find a Bible verse where God sent a woman to do something. You can find a Bible verse where a woman was a witness. You can find a Bible verse where a woman ministered, which just means to serve. When Jesus went to Mary Magdalene's house, she ministered to him. She served him. But you can't find a female pastor. If you can't find a woman pastor in the Bible, and the Bible is an example for us, why do women think it's okay to do it now? And one of the excuses was, oh, well, because, times have changed. Yeah, times have changed, but God does not change. His order is set in stone. It's God, Jesus, man, woman, then children. It does not change. For some reason, in modern times, women feel like they can just jump over the man and go straight to God. And that's not the way the order is supposed to be. Now, when she doesn't have a husband, that's another situation. And she really shouldn't be over a church then. But when you do have a husband, your husband is your head. That's how it should stay. You shouldn't be hooting and hollering in somebody's pulpit, synagogue, whatever you want to call it, trying to tell men what to do. It doesn't even look right. It doesn't look right. We were given to our husbands as in helpmeet. We are to serve the younger women in the church and to rear the children. The Bible gave us distinct roles. And then what really gets me about women nowadays, they don't want to humble themselves. They don't want to be happy in the role that they were given. The first thing they do when they get called out or when they get corrected, when they get reproved and rebuked, is say something like lead with love. But love is telling people the truth. And the Bible says that faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of the enemy are deceitful. Do you want to let somebody feel like because they done been through some trials and tribulations, they done had some hard times in their life and God done brought them through so much that he's going to call them to do something that he does not give an example for in the word? He did not call that woman to preach. I'm sorry, he didn't. It's good that she came up out of all that stuff she was doing, but all she did was move from one form of disobedience to another form of disobedience because there's not an example of it. And if it's not an example of it, then it makes no sense to go back and forth with somebody that is telling you that basically God is a lie. That's all it is. But that video, that interview was a prime example of why women need to play their role in this world and stop trying to do stuff that God didn't call them to do. I had to show that to other young ladies so she can be an example to them of what not to do.
Yeah. Yes, Sister Queen. Well, Women of God, right? Oh no, hey, that's what the Bible said. You quote what the Bible says, what God says, and you still got some. I do what I want. Go, woman. Black man, black girl magic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Never play with God's order. Never. Because when you play with God's order, things don't go good for you. Man or woman, but especially what you told women. Don't do that. And any man that support that doesn't go good for you either. Those doesn't go good for you either. So you better remember that. Better remember that. Before I continue to see. So how are the making exceptions? Good question. They always want to see when it comes to this. I've noticed the people, and let me say this: anything that deals with God, they say it's got to be exception. No, what God says. That's the way it is. But it seems like maybe God don't make no mistake. You human being, men and women makes mistakes. Cause see, sometimes we think we may believe we got this superhuman spirit that we can tell God what to do. Yes, we do. But that's not in God's order. Though. That's not in God's order. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. This is 2 minutes and 59 seconds. I will be right back. Again, anybody that wants to join the panel, I'll post the link again.
So I'm about to address the video that was sent to me by a Black creator. But before I do that, I want to make sure that people are clear. When I address things on my video, it's because I want to. If you choose not to want to see what I'm addressing, you can keep scrolling and watch my other video. So before you comment, I want to make sure that we have that understanding. But let's get into addressing this, shall we?
Let us have something. Well, you've got affirmative action, you've got all Black colleges, all Black scholarships, you've got the BET channel, you've got the BET awards, and you've got an entire month dedicated to celebrating your history and culture. I'm not real sure what else it is that you're looking for, because that sounds to me like quite a few somethings.
Let's start with affirmative action that benefits white women more than any other group in this country. That has nothing to do with us. You all are the main beneficiary of affirmative action and food stamps. Yes, somehow y'all like to call us the welfare queen. Let's address Black colleges. Let's not forget the reason why we have Black colleges. I know some of y'all like to forget this part of history, but this country likes to not allow it to be taught in schools. But Black people were not legally allowed to read and write. If it had not been for the Quakers and free Black people fighting to push the Morrill Land Grant Act of 1862 to allow HBCUs to exist, we wouldn't have them, because white people didn't want us to read or write, nor to have access to higher education. But I digress. Let's talk about BET. Let's not forget that the majority of people on TV were white people and did not allow Black people into certain spaces unless they were stereotypes of Black people. And so when BET was created to actually give voices to Black people, by Black people, for Black people, and started allowing us to tell our own stories, y'all all of a sudden got mad that we created a space for ourselves that censored us and our stories that wasn't told by you. Now let's talk about Black History Month. You all don't even allow real Black history to be taught in schools because states like Texas have banned things like critical race theory, which is not actually taught in K through 12, but have been banning the actual teachings of Black American history in this country. Let's also talk about the fact that you all have your history taught throughout the rest of the school year. We get 9 months of it. And you all limit Black history to Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech and the idea of Rosa Parks sitting at the back of the bus and nothing else, which is why your ignorance is shown when it comes to Black American history. If it was so valued that Black people had their own thing, why are y'all pushing laws to pass against us? Why are school boards trying to ban our history? Why is the Supreme Court trying to ban affirmative action, even though it disproportionately benefits white people, white women specifically? Yet there's this narrative that it benefits Black people the most. That's because your ignorance on American government is showing. I say this to say, this page is about teaching American history through the Black American experience, and there are young Black children on this app who look for resources on how to address ignorant racist posts like this. Therefore, I will continue to call out racism on this app and give you historical context of where it comes from and why. You're welcome.
Yeah, there's nothing I can say. Oh, Coco Tina, good morning to you. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Again, anybody that wants to get on, the link is in the chat. Please come, please come, please come. Hey, I said the same thing. Hey, there's nothing. Hey, look. Hold on, let me turn my picture. Hey, look. I ain't got nothing to say. She said the best. Hey, I ain't got no input to that. So let's go to the next one. 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Be back.
Remember a couple of days ago, we talked about San Francisco putting a plan together in regards to paying reparations to their Black residents. And it was upwards of $5 million that they are looking to put in this plan, right? Well, Geraldo Rivera over on Fox News has some things to say about this.
Okay, so other cities considering this: Oakland, St. Louis, Providence, Rhode Island, St. Paul, Minnesota, Amherst, Massachusetts, you see on the map. Geraldo, you see this thing becoming reality? Payouts?
I hope not, Bill. I've been, I've been campaigning against it for many years. It is a terrible idea. The last thing people who are impoverished need is more reasons not to work. $5 million is a preposterous amount. How did they come up with that? My family, for example, my mom's relatives emigrated from the pogroms in Ukraine back in the early 1900s. My dad and his family in Puerto Rico are actually a considerable percentage Aboriginal. In other words, they were here, Native Americans, long before African slavery. Why should they be involved in this?
Now, the one good thing that I picked up from that clip is that other cities across the United States are looking to implement plans to pay their Black residents reparations. But Geraldo Rivera said with a straight face, and I quote, "The last thing the impoverished need is more reasons not to work." That tells me one thing. That tells me they know that the pay that they're giving keeps Black people impoverished. And two, if Black people were to come up financially, they can no longer exploit and use Black labor to make them rich. This country was built off the backs of Black people for free. They stole labor for 400 years, and they want to continue to exploit impoverished Black people while they continue to make millions.
You know what? I'm going to say something about it. Yes, I am. The underrated one, the number one grinder, going to say something about it. I did this live a few years ago, talk about Native Indians had enslaved, and I did a continuation on it about a month ago. Right? They got land off us. The Native Indian, the Indians, they enslaved us. That's almost 100 years. Dr. Claude Anderson talked about the 1865 treaty. And then even other treaties, even I think maybe about 30, 40 years before that. See, these Indians is raping the fruits that we put on this land. In this USA. Toronto. Whatever he calls, he's that Mexican, Hispanic. You rape the fruits of us we planted in the civil rights movement. And there are even some that turn against us, the Hispanics. In this country, why do you think Castro had thrown them ones out, talking about white Cubans, because they didn't want to be around Africans. There are still some Hispanics that disrespect us, but you got the fruits from us. They even had their own network. They don't have no parts about us. So Geraldo is part of the evil system. That I really don't care about. So when I'm talking about family, we got to connect the dots here. When I said that us as a people, we on our own, we on our own. Anything that deals with that we advocate for ourselves, they so against it. But they getting bank from us. They getting bank from us, excuse me. Only this USA. Only this USA. Two minutes and 50 seconds. Be back.
Not you out here comparing small, minuscule mistakes to pedophilia and talking about we need these kind of people to survive. Need who? Who do I need? Baby, I've been surviving all this time. I don't need pedophiles and groomers to survive. I'm sure you think that this is normal behavior, but it's not normal behavior. It's never going to be normal behavior for a grown-ass woman in her 30s, 30 plus years old, to be looking at some little 17, 18, 19-year-old boy. He probably don't even know how to wash behind his ears yet. He still need consent from his parents to do certain things, unless he's moved out already. That boy probably don't even know how to go to the doctor and ask for certain tests that he needs to ask for. You're condoning grooming? Did you just think she randomly just bucked up into this dude and was like, yeah, my name is so-and-so, and you find... No. And then another thing that happens a lot is if you're born in after the month of September, 9 times out of 10, most states have birthday rules, and you are always pushed back a grade behind because your birthday falls at the end of the year. There is a potential that you could still be in high school. What are you doing grown as fuck? Looking at some young boy in high school. My son's birthday is in November. Therefore, he is at the back of the totem pole when it comes to starting school. He will be 19 this year in November. If anybody her age, my age, would have came up and talked about something, I find your son attractive, I'd have bust them in their throat. Because why are you looking at a child as an attraction to you? Talk about he's the only one that can keep up with my sex drive. What? Out of all the men in this world, you look at a child to keep up with your sex drive. A child that you probably took his virginity. And of course, when they're young and prime, they got hormones bigger than anybody out here. But the fact that you are a grown-ass woman and think that that's attractive, and you over here talking about something we don't need to judge. No, I need to judge. I definitely need to judge. Because I'm going to judge people by their character. And her character speaks very loud to say that she's a groomer. And she's a pedo. You probably got some little young ass kids too. What would you do if your son brought home some 30-something-year-old woman? You would be okay with that? Y'all are the same motherfuckers that was out here praising Boosie when his son was being groomed and essayed by the stripper, right? Y'all thought that was okay? Because that's how you make a man. You trash too.
All I see is she brought the double standard. Now let a man that is 37, 38 deal with a young lady that is 16, 17. Underneath the jail, throw the key, right? But it's okay. And a woman that 30, 39, 40 could date a man, date a young boy that's 16, 17, even 18. I think it's okay, right? Okay. Double standard. Ding, 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 ding. Double standard. All right, let's keep it going. This is 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Be back.
Floor is yours. And honestly, you said you don't know why the GM still has his job. I would say he still has his job because this has been the plan. How do you hire 2 African Americans, leave them 1 year, and you know the mess that Houston is? This is what we've always talked about. This is what I've heard Stephen A. and people in this business talk about all the time. We get the worst jobs, and we don't get the opportunity to even fix the worst jobs because you get fired just like this, just like we were talking about Lovey, just like we were talking about Cully last year. After this, no, I don't know Josh. I don't know any great white coach that would take the job unless you give them some guarantees. You're going to guarantee me 4 years to turn this place around. You see, but the African-American coaches can't come in with that power because Lovey wouldn't have gotten another job.
Right.
This was his last chance to try to get back in the NFL.
Yeah.
So you have to take what's on the table to try to change it.
And they knew it.
And all of this, I'm firing a man because he won a football game. That dude, I understand what y'all talking about.
The number one pick. Yeah.
Because I'm firing a man because he won a football game and lost the number one pick.
It's his job.
It's still he won a football game is why you're firing him. And so what I'm saying is correct. That's not incorrect. That's correct. You fired him because he won a football game. Yeah, it's going to cost you the number one pick, but I don't want a coach that's not going to argue back if I say lose a game. Why do I want that coach on my football team? I want him to argue back. If we lose the game, we lose the game. But I want you to be coaching to win. Those players don't want to, they're not going in the game trying to think about, let's try to go get that first pick. We talk about this on TV. That stuff don't come in a locker room. I've been in a locker room. I've been on 1 and 15 teams, 3 and 13 teams. I've never heard anybody say, let's go lose so we can get a first pick. I've never heard one player ever say that to me in my life. And if he did, I'll bust him in his mouth right there in the locker room. So all of this noise we're talking about, we're going to fight him because we won a game, is absolutely crazy. That's that man's job to try to go win a game and to take a mess that all of them have turned into a mess. And I was one of the first ones to start reporting on that mess. I remember, Stephen A., when you had me come in with the DeAndre Hopkins situation after I had talked to DeAndre Hopkins. I knew what was going on there. For years, what was going on there. It's a mess in Houston, and they bring these guys in, and they use them as scapegoats. That's the issue. That's the problem. And this is what African-American coaches have been yelling about for a while, and it's blatant right in our face.
You know, Craig J, what's up in the building? Thanks for coming. You know, I've been at this for a long time. Black coach still not getting the shakes. They even fired Coach Steve Wilkes a few years ago after one season. And then when we get the job, we get the crummy jobs. And now, let me say this, though, to us. They talk about the owners. Most of the owners are white, but there are some that's not white. Not white. They believe one is Indian and one is a woman. But they still down with the good old boys club. When we going to talk about that? Oh, you should talk about the white woman because it's all about inclusion. She all about no shit. She with the program. I don't care if you're a man or woman. If you're down with the evil system, you're down with the evil system. It don't make a difference. Get your weight up. So I know. Get your weight up. 2 minutes, 34 seconds. Be back.
Latinos have never needed Black Americans to force their racial biases on us. We have our own. We have been anti-Black all by ourselves. Latinos have been colorist all by themselves. Latinos have been racist all by themselves, way before they come to America, way before they ever have contact with Black Americans. You know what the difference is? Normalized forms of racism, colorism, and anti-Blackness. What's normal amongst people in our culture, what's hush-hush, what's swept under the rug or not dealt with or just accepted, doesn't fly with Black Americans. And you just don't like the fact that a Black American will call you out on it. Because it's not normal. And it shouldn't be accepted. And it shouldn't be okay. So when you have people in your own community letting you know that they've been hurt or traumatized or discriminated by people in our own community, family members even, you need to listen. You need to listen instead of deflecting. Because this comment right here is a total and complete cop-out. It's straight up deflection. And it is a bold-faced lie. Our racial biases, they start back home. They start in our own countries, in our own islands. We just bring it here with us. You just don't like the boldness of how Black Americans deal with racism. Normalized anti-Blackness is not a value. Normalized colorism is not a value. Sweeping things under the rug and not talking about them, that's not a cultural value. It's not. Yet it's something that you seek to covet and put above Black Americans. You need to stop pitting Latinos against Black Americans and recognize that the root cause of all of the issues we have across all of our communities is white supremacy. Recognize how white supremacy has operated in your own life and how it has afforded you white privilege as a white presenting Latino and given you a life experience that more Black presenting Latinos cannot identify with. And stop propagating the lie and the myth that we don't care about race and there's no racism amongst us. Because if that were the case, we would not be having this discussion.
See that? Hear that? Hear that, y'all? That's like I said, we on our own. We on our own. It really is. We got quite a few going. Let's see. Let's see. 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Be back.
Michelle Obama said something recently that I think she should apologize for.
People think I'm being catty by saying this. It's like there were 10 years when I couldn't stand my husband.
Just in case you didn't catch that, the man that she said that she couldn't stand for 10 years just so happened to be the 44th president of the United States of America. That's kind of a big deal. Where else do you even see this? What other wife of a high-ranking official would even say something like that? That was wildly irresponsible. It was flagrantly disrespectful, and we cannot have a civil society where the First Lady of the United States thinks that her celebrity status supersedes any type of public respect that she should have for her husband, okay? She needs to apologize for that. You know what? As a Black woman, it's embarrassing. And I'm tired of that narrative. It's sickening. Please, enough. Do you ever see the president of France's wife saying this kind of stuff? No. Queen Elizabeth speaking that way about Prince Philip? No, and she was the Queen of England. Do you think Vladimir Putin's wife, if he were still married, do you think that she would say something like that? Absolutely not. But if Michelle Obama says it, it's supposed to be okay. It's not okay. And I don't expect most black women to hear me on this, because most black women were not raised in a household where the man is in proper leadership. They weren't raised with fathers in their lives. This is not a condemnation of her. This is a condemnation of that type of ideology and mentality that thinks that it's okay and it's all right to say that in public. It is not. If that is how you feel, keep it to yourself. There are certain things that you don't let out of the house when you are a married person. You're the first lady of the United States. She knows this. I thought feminism means equality. Actually, no man can get up and say that they hated their wife or they couldn't stand their wife for 10 years. And on top of all of that, this man for 10 years that she couldn't stand, he's kind of the whole reason we even know who she is.
Why do you think my mother always used to say to my late mother, she said, sometimes there are some women need to keep their mouth shut. Let me say it again. My late mother always used to say this. Some women need to keep their mouth shut, especially to come to their mouth or anything. Sometimes you need to keep your mouth shut because your mouth could hurt others. And we see a prime example right there and there. All right. Let me see, y'all. See. Minute 45 seconds. Be back.
What happened to men being the pursuers? Y'all don't chase anymore.
Huh. I wonder why that is.
I just left the gas station and nobody offered to pay for my gas. And they're the reason why it's mustard yellow piss in the dating pool. And it's
so
like,
girl, you got a whole 2-year-old baby. Somebody can look at you like that's crazy.
Yeah, but no, not really, Kendra.
Yes, really. That means you're paying for everything.
You're paying for everything. You're not gonna do it with a smile on your face, feeling like you can't even afford to read my errands.
Women are just smarter, so they should be the ones making the decision.
Flattered or annoyed when a man approaches you?
Annoyed. Annoyed.
Okay, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10.
Hands across the board. Oh, period.
As an Android phone. What's
Men keeps it real about modern women. The American woman mindset is altered, skewed. It's bad for business. It's bad for marriage. It's bad for life. Why is that? Because the modern day woman is very masculine. Society and the feminists have skewed and altered the matrix into having women believe, get a good education and a good job and you don't need a man. And you're seeing the percentages and the numbers and the statistics go up. More and more people are single and less birth rates are happening in America. And men are tired of it. So what's happening now, men are getting passports and going overseas to find a woman, and American women are upset and sideways about it. Number one response is, they can't handle us. And for once in your life, you're correct. They can't. Nobody else can handle you. And on top of that, nobody else wants to handle you. When a woman says this, nobody can handle me. That's why they're doing it. They're mad, they're bitter. What is the outcome that you want? Because if you're a woman that says you don't need a man, then you have no business commenting on this video and disagreeing with it.
You can't handle me. I don't want to handle you. What you need to do, you need to get out there and get you a whole new ways about yourself. Oh God, yo, what's going on? Welcome. What's up, Beat Music? All joy, what's up? Yeah. James 3 fights said the same way the tongue is a small thing that makes great speeches, but the team's part can make. Yeah, that's the thing about it. They don't want to pay attention to the Bible. Beat Music. Like my late mother said, women, sometimes you need to be quiet because that tongue what you have in your mouth could mess up everything for the family, and you cannot take it back. That's why false tongues do not belong in any conversations. Because your women go by emotions. Y'all not gonna think. I can say whatever I want, but y'all feel. But see, the sad thing about it though, too. You know what? Why they get away with it? Because the society do not want to put them accountability. Because you know who run it? Some of the people be had false tongues too. Men too. Be acting like women. They don't want to choose their words wisely. They don't. No problem. No problem. Sister Coco. They don't want to choose their words. And then so when you bring it up, oh, you trying to tell me what not to do. And these are quote unquote career ones that got a career. And it's not just people always talking about, what about the young? I'm talking about even the early 40s, the mid 40s, and even the 50s. You cannot tell me nothing. I could say whatever I want. This is how it is. And you wonder why some men do not want to choose women like that. They're a bunch of Jezebel. I call them Jezebel Haggies. I'm all about my family. I'm all about my career. I could say what I want. No, you can't. Wherever it is, there's always repercussions of it. Maybe society is not going to receive, you ain't going to receive repercussions, but God will. You're going to pay for it. Understand that. We got quite a few more to go. Let's see. Quite a few to go. Minute and 3 seconds. Be back.
Listen here, I'm so motherfucking tired of you booty head ass bitches want to say, oh, if this man's so happy, why don't he leave? Bitch, you know why the fuck he won't leave. Bitch, he won't leave because he can't motherfucking leave. Because if he do leave, you're going to try to make his life a living fucking hell, bitch. If you got kids, you're going to use the kids. If you don't have kids, you're going to tear down his fucking name. You're going to tell everybody around you how he was a not shit man, but he was so much shit when you liked him, bitch, when shit was going your motherfucking way. Sometimes being miserable with your booty head bitch ass is something that he's willing to sacrifice in exchange for you not damaging his fucking character. Y'all bitches don't just leave well enough alone. Why the fuck do y'all want to be with a person that don't want to be with y'all? Why can he not be happy? Why the fuck do he gotta be stuck with you and be unhappy and you're not appreciating him and you're not doing the shit that you need to do as a motherfucking woman, but you want him to fucking stay there with your booty head bitch ass? Bitch, he ain't left, cause if he do, he might have to kill your ass, but don't shoot the messenger, bitch. I see.
You know what? I know there are a lot of men do not want to entertain. They want to stay away. I ain't staying away. There's quite a few women feel that they above the law. There are some men that think it's okay in prominent positions in the world. And I said it again. God had made me as at first a beautiful baby boy, into a little boy, into a young man, into a full grown young man. Because I'm part of God's order through my parents, my late parents. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to deal. They don't want to say that because, oh yeah, I got to get scrutinized and everything. Why do you think there are some men? They sometimes they suffer in silence. I'm not doing. Who wants to deal with that? And we got to think about that. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Cocotina, but it's not. But it doesn't work that way. And it's in society. There are men that I know for a fact when I was growing up, they couldn't even say what they want to. Now, did it got a little better? But there are some men they tired. Nah, no. So this is the thing that we better understand. And the majority of these courts has run by some women and even some that alphabet people that change their own sexes. They are actually anoint them to the court. Now we can say I was talking to the miss about it. So now is sexuality is over culture now? Is over God's order now? It really is. Because it's happening. It's happening, y'all. People can say all they want. They are average man. A man, he looks, man, I can say. But it don't have to be in the children's life and everything, y'all. Yeah, I know they talk about children, but what a man suffered, he probably can handle his business, and he probably search for resources. We don't get the resources that we should. These are facts what I'm talking about, and we need to talk about it. And more men need. Sorry about that. And we need to support each other more too. That we don't. We really don't. It's true. We really don't. A minute and 34 seconds. Be back.
I had somebody ask me, how do you get money out of men? And I like what I got to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. First things first, if you do not understand the value of that man, you don't deserve anything from him. Don't nobody owe you anything. If you don't understand his value and how he contributes to your life and you won't listen to him, that man should not be giving you anything because you are not entitled to any type of compensation because you're a woman. Also, too, a lot of y'all be trying to make these men build y'all out of debt. Your debt is your problem. Every lease you signed, every credit card you got, everything that you got in your name that's collecting interest, your problem, not his. Some of y'all be looking for a bailout. He not the government, baby. Y'all got to stop treating these men like ATMs and then you try to decide when you want to play prostitute or not. Because if he start being disrespectful to you because you got a barcode on your body, you're going to feel some type of way and try to say you're more than just that. Act like. The concept is very simple. Two things. Respect him past his wallet and have a place where he can feel needed in your life. You don't need a man, but you need his money. And you understand the concept of time is money when he wastes yours, so treat his the same way it has value. If you don't need that man, don't ask him for it. Stop counting your budget with his. If you do need him and if you do want his money, then you have to understand that sometimes he may not have it. That don't mean he didn't come through for you, but sometimes he really don't have it. But you have to be able to vocalize yourself. The same way y'all say y'all communicate so well. You simply just ask him. And when he does ask you if you need help, that's your opportunity to shine. Go ahead and let him know how he can come through for you.
Let me read some comments before I continue. Me said Marco didn't suffer in silence. He was outspoken. He died for that, and we will die at some point if we do the right in God's eyes. But death will be our redemption. But me music, I'm gonna say this: you right, but men do die in silence. We don't get the resources to really open up. I know because I come from a time that man did open up, and when the things happen. So I seen it myself. And let me say what Meat Music is saying, he's not lying. I'm not saying he's not, but I had to bring that point out. Man do suffer in silence. And we have to have certain platforms so we could express ourselves maturely. And these are facts, you know. You got some men that in certain dealings, they say certain, oh, you should have. Then all of a sudden it'd be like saying, oh, what did you say? I don't know what you said. I did say it. Oh, you this and that. The old they go like this. So I'm saying, what the man's supposed to do? That's what I'm saying. And we gotta have these discussions. We gotta have these discussions. We had to. What's good? Thanks again. I appreciate brother WDU. What's good? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks again. Really appreciate it. And we don't want to have this concerns. We don't, especially us men, we don't want to have this. Man do suffer in silence. That's why it used to be like 60 something. Now it's in the high 50s. That's we dying. And people think it's just health. That is true. But we die in silence of hurt, mistrust, and others. And it's true. And we have to understand that. Thank you, me music. And we got to keep it continuing. We got to talk about it. And I know there are some women do support it, but there are some don't. I don't care what you feel, because at the end of the day, we are human beings. We are under God's order, no matter you like it or not. Toxic men, toxic women. No matter how you feel. And I'm saying the toxic ones needs to go. The unrighteous ones need to go. Because this is the year of the righteous. They need to get thrown. Man and woman. If you do not want to follow under God's order, you need to go. There's no more talking to you. And I've been saying it since the beginning of this year, and I'm going to keep on saying that. And if people don't like it, you can leave. No hard feelings. Let's go to the next one. We got a few more to go. And we be out of here. 1 minute and 4 seconds. I'll be back.
Men, please, talk to us. My brothers, talk to us and tell us what we doing. I want to know. I want to listen. I listen. Tell me so I can tell the rest of us. So I can tell my sisters what we need to fix. If you don't talk to us, how are we going to know? Like, I need you to really be genuine about it. Like, just take some time to think about it and reply to this. I want to know, what can we do to fix this? Because you are for me, I am for you. You are the king and I am the queen. I am your helpmate. I was made for you. I'm not supposed to be your enemy. You know what I mean? We're together. We're a team. So respectfully, I want to know, what is the issue? And I want it to be fixed. Start with me. Please tell me how I can fix it, what I need to do, so I can let the rest of them know what we got to do.
But you know the problem, sister? We've been saying this for a long time. And some of we're not saying you, but you still don't want to listen. The rest of them do not want to listen. Because they're part of society. And the women that support the men, oh man, you gotta be careful of them because they get ridiculed too. No, yeah, right. They don't want to listen. They don't want to be held accountable. But let me explain. Let me say this. Go more on your point, WD. But you know the sad thing about it, the good ones. I'm talking about some good women. They know what's going on, and they are definitely. They know what their friends are doing, or whatever. They are silent. They are silent. So that means you are part of the problem. There are men. They are silent. But you part of the problem. And I had no respect for you whatsoever. I don't. I really, really don't. And thanks again, Meek Music. Thanks for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Don't be a stranger now. But they don't want to. So the way I look at it, why I should. Why I should.
Hey guys, this is kind of hard for me to say, but you know, I've been.
I'm gonna play this again because I played about 2 times. But
hey guys, this is kind of hard for me to say, but you know, I've been dating him since 2015. I met him when he was 21. And we had our first kid like a year after 2016. And we had another kid in 2017.
Wait for it.
And I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
Damn! What did you say?
I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let me just grab my stuff off the bus.
Yo, what the fuck?
yes, my brother, you heard it right. You heard it right. I played it twice before, but I did not know that I pulled it up. Yes. I played twice. Now let people. I don't know if Coco Tina seen it. It was this cool girl met this guy. All right, they got in a relationship. They had 2 kids, and what happened was she found out that she aborted a child, and come to find out it was him. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You seen it. Yeah, so I took try. So I thought I didn't play, but I play anyway. So don't worry about that. We gonna keep it going. A minute and 3 seconds. Be back.
As a woman, you need to learn how to flip the script and make everything that man's fault. Even it don't matter what you do, you need to be.
And that's on being a narcissist. That's on being a narcissist. The fact that y'all really out here still trying to teach women how to manipulate men into getting what you want is wild to me. This is exactly why I make the content that I make for men. 9 out of 10 is for men, because who's really out here defending them, bro? Nobody. Because 9 out of 10, when a woman or a man defends men, we always get canceled. Or on top of that, we get called misogynistic. Oh, you defended him. You can't do that. You're a woman. Oh, you can't do that because that's misogynistic. Like, y'all backwards. Y'all real backwards, because a woman can do no wrong. A woman can't do no wrong. Oh, she's manipulating him into getting what she wants because she's just trying to get that bag. You go, sis. Like, God forbid a man did that. God forbid a man did that.
Y'all real backwards, and y'all need to stop teaching this shit to younger women because they're gonna end up lonely and miserable just like you. Cut it out.
Let me see. 4 more to go. Let me see. Well, I'm sure that she would not develop those feelings if she knew the real score. Ah! 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 Yeah, we agree. A lot of them don't. Let me continue this. This is a minute.
Listen here, ladies. Now, I'm not talking to everybody, but I am talking to some. Once you take away those wigs and lashes and big long dragon nails and BBLs, all you've got left to offer is a piece of ass. And the men have decided that they want more than just a piece of ass. So my recommendation is you go somewhere and you regroup. And you come to the table offering something more than just a piece of ass and a bunch of fakeness. If not, then get ready to be by yourself for the rest of your life. Because these men are going elsewhere to find what they want. Okay? Now, if you want to keep doing what you're doing, good luck. I wish you the best. And you might want to go out and buy you a couple of cats. Because that's your life. Meow! Have a good day. Love you guys. Bye.
Meow. That's nice. I know your husband appreciate that. Just a little and some. Dang, Coco. Dang, Coco. Yeah, she's right. Hey, Coco. I might even cook for God. I'm telling Coco Tina. I am telling on him. I am telling on him. Well, we got a few more. All right, this 59 seconds. I'll be back.
There's an unfolding situation in Memphis, Tennessee, and all of us need to pay attention to it. This is Tyree Nichols. He was pulled over by the Memphis City Police, and by their own admission, he was pulled over, there was an altercation, he fled the scene, and he was ultimately arrested. But he never made it to jail. He sustained extreme injuries. Warning, this photo is pretty graphic. And he died. 5 officers were fired almost instantaneously. The Memphis City Police Department has retained legal counsel. There's outside entities looking into this situation. And what I find hella suspicious about it is the fact that if these 5 were white, they wouldn't have been fired. They would have been put on paid administrative leave. The family and community have been protesting actively, attempting to get the body cam footage. Those who've seen the body cam footage say it's substantially worse than the footage of George Floyd, and local businesses are preparing and are being told to prepare because it's like shit's about to hit the fan. This whole situation is weird.
Stop taking relationship advice from women that are not married. They wish they...
Hold on, y'all.
There's an unfolding situation in Memphis, Tennessee, and all of us need to pay attention to it. This is Tyree.
All right, now, second to the last, 42 seconds left. Oh, let me say this, though, too. Get the comments in. Let me read the comments. Yeah, sad, sorry on both sides. Mad that man looks like them did that to him. Glad they good. Yeah, but I be saying this. Y'all, where's the police union at? Where's the police union at? Y'all defend your own. Oh, I forgot. Y'all defend that. Yeah. So, second to the last, 42 seconds. Be back.
Stop taking relationship advice from women that are not married. They wish they were married.
Facts.
All these women that tell you your husband can't tell you what to do, don't listen to him, you don't have to obey him, you're an independent woman. And then they tell you, if I had a man, he wouldn't tell me what to do. My man would never. She does not have a man to tell her what to do.
She won TikTok.
Person can't tell her what to do. Use your brain, sis. You landed a husband for a reason.
Protect her at all
Listen to him,
costs.
cherish him, obey him, and you will not lose him. But these women that come around clowning you and telling you you don't need to listen to your man, they don't have a man. They should learn from you.
That's a good woman.
Do y'all want to hear it again? Yes or no? Put 1 for yes and 2 for no. Anybody else that want to hear it? Going once. Oh, okay. What about let's see some women up in the piece? Anybody want to see it again? All right. We'll show it again.
Stop taking relationship advice from women that are not married. They wish they were married.
Facts.
All these women that tell you your husband can't tell you what to do, don't listen to him, you don't have to obey him, you're an independent woman. And then they tell you, if I had a man, he wouldn't tell me what to do. My man would never. She does not have a man to tell her what to do.
She won TikTok.
Person can't tell her what to do. Use your brain, sis. You landed a husband for a reason.
Protect her at all
Listen to
costs.
him, cherish him, obey him, and you will not lose him. But these women that come around clowning you and telling you you don't need to listen to your man, they don't have a man. They should learn from you.
That's a good woman.
Hey, Tina, she said, why are you trying to call us out? No, truth's the truth. Ain't like that. Truth's the truth. You should know that. You should know that, Tina. Come on. Come on now. Come on now. All right, the last one. Drum roll. 14 seconds. That's it. Yeah, they will close it out.
Your ass think you slick. When it's something about him, you could pinpoint and remember every fucking thing. But when it's something about you, your ass get amnesia, don't you? Go get the fuck out.
I'm playing that again. And Tina, I will answer that.
Your ass think you slick. When it's something about him, you could pinpoint and remember every fucking thing. But when it's something about you, your ass get amnesia, don't you? Go get the fuck out.
And that's it. Let me go up here. Some married women don't have the answers either. So take advice might not be wise. Though that is true too, but so that means that if a woman have kids, should I take advice from her? Or if a man have kids, should I take advice from him? Or if a man do not have kids, should I not take advice? Or a woman do not have kids, should I not take advice? Accountability, yeah, you're right. So I'm just saying this, that take wherever this is where I look at life. Wherever is need to take, just take. No. No. Because I could tell you like this. I had took advice of ones that that quote unquote society said they was no good and got great advice, and I had benefited. I had benefited. So I get what you're saying. So this is the last of Family, We Have to Do Better Now, part 14. I might do another one later on, 4:35 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:35. 4:35, 4:44, 4:55, either of them times. I don't know yet. But I might do another one later on and pay it. I want y'all to go to check that out too. I don't know. I'm saying it really depends how I feel. Let me see what it is. But if I am, y'all see it on here. Everything. But that's gonna be 4:35. I'm looking at 4:35. 4:35. Let me think. I said 4:55. I'm looking at 4:55. I might do some. But on behalf of my channel, the underrated darkness, yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best credit secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. Please share this out. Please share this out greatly. If you're new on here, hit the bell. So y'all will know I come for a powerful live stream or video. Okay, very important. Like again, share this out, please. Please share this out. That we greatly appreciate. And understand that we are a winner. And be well, be well, be well. This one is Ghost. Good afternoon.